Good morning, children. Today we will study class 7th geography lesson 3 our changing earth. As you know, children, that earth is not even. It is uneven with different type of physiographic division like mountain, plain, plateau, coast, island, etc. Now, in this chapter, we will study how these landforms are formed. Children, in the previous class, you have learned about the interior of the earth. Earth is made up of three layers: crust, mantle and core. And you know that crust is very thin. And mantle consists of hot molten rock known as magma. This magma create convectional current, and due to this convectional current, volcanic mountains are formed. Now see the slide. The lithosphere, that is our solid crust, is made up of large number of plates. They move very slowly. They move very slowly, just a few millimeters each year. The movement is because of the movement of molten magma inside the earth. The movement of these plates cause change on the surface of the earth. Earth movement are divided on the basis of force into two types, that is endogenic force and exogenic force. Indo means inside and genic means origin. So it means the force which originate inside the earth is known as endogenic force. Exogenic, exo means outside and genic means origin. Exogenic means the forces which originate on the surface of the earth. Now this flowchart is given in your book also, children. See here, endogenic force is further divided into two: sudden force and dystrophic force. Sudden force include earthquake, volcano, landslide, whereas dystrophic force, that is slow force, include building of mountain. And exogenic force, it include the work of river, wind, sea, waves, etc. And due to these work of these agents result in different type of landform. Now see, volcano, endogenic force lead to the formation of volcanic mountain. What is volcano, children? Volcano is a vent through which hot molten magma comes out in the form of lava. The mouth through which volcano comes out is known as crater, and the magma which comes out known as lava. This diagram is very important. You have to do in your copy also. Now children, see the question I. First question, what are the two main kind of forces that act on the earth? What is endogenic force? Third question, what is exogenic force? Fourth question, what is volcano? Fifth question, what is lava? Children, I am giving you 5 minutes to do these answers. Write it in your copy and click the photograph and send to me. Thank you, children. Now, children, we will talk about earthquake. What is earthquake? See, when lithospheric plate move, the surface of the earth vibrates and the vibration can travel all around the earth. These vibrations are called earthquake. The place in the crust where the movement starts is called focus, and just above focus lies epicenter. The vibration travel outward from the epicenter as waves. You can see here, greater damage is usually close to the epicenter and the strength of the earthquake decreases as we move away from the epicenter. Children, you can see here, due to fault, this plate is moving in this direction and this plate is moving in this direction. See, there are three types of earthquake wave. First, P wave or longitudinal wave. Second, S wave or transversal wave. Third, L wave or surface wave. Now we will discuss about focus and epicenter in detail. Focus, place in the crust where the movement starts, is known as focus. Epicenter, just above the focus lies epicenter. Then it is a point within the earth where seismic wave originate. Here the vibration travel outward from epicenter as waves. It is centered on the part of the fault that has the greatest movement. Epicenter, the strength of the earthquake decreases as we move away from epicenter. Means the great damage is usually close to the epicenter. Now we have learned about three types of waves already in the previous slide. The earthquake is measured by the instrument known as seismograph. The magnitude of the earthquake is measured on Richter scale. 2.0 magnitude is hardly felt, whereas 5.0 magnitude one can feel, the things can fall. Then at 7.0 Richter scale, the velocity of earthquake is very high. It is also termed as major earthquake. In this new slide, we will discuss whatever we have read till now. Endogenic force is divided into two, dystrophic and sudden force. In sudden force, we have learned about volcanic eruptions and earthquake. Dystrophic force is also known as slow forces, and because of this force, continents are formed and mountain buildings are formed. Now, next we will deal with the question answer. See question I. First question, what is an earthquake? Question number 2, what is focus? Question number 3, what is epicenter? Question number 4, name the instrument used for measuring earthquake. Question number 5, what are the three types of earthquake? Now again 5 minutes time will be given to you to write answer of these questions and then send the answer to me. Thank you children. Children, let us continue with the chapter Our Changing Earth. In this video, we will study about exogenic force. As we know that exogenic forces are the forces which occur on the surface of the earth. Due to continuous weathering, erosion and deposition done by different agents like wind, water, glacier, different types of landforms are formed. Weathering. Now, weathering is the breaking up of rock on the earth's surface by temperature and moisture. These weathered material move down the slope under the gravity. Here you can see. Now erosion. It is the wearing away of landscape by different agents like water, wind, glacier, etc. Then deposition. These loaded materials are carried by these agents and deposited, leading to the formation of different types of landform. Now here you can see rocks are broken into fragments by moisture. This fragmented rock is moved down the slope under gravity, and erosion is different agent, whether it can be ice, glacier, water or wind, is moved. The sediment is moved by these agents and then dropped somewhere on the earth's surface. And all these activities lead to the formation of different landforms. Now see, weathering, landscape, major landforms. Landscape is being continuously worn away by two processes, weathering, erosion. Weathering, it is breaking up of rock on the earth's surface, it creates rock fragment. Erosion, it is wearing away of landscape by different agents like water, wind and ice. Deposition, these eroded materials is carried away and transported by water, wind and ice and eventually deposited. Now we will discuss the work of each agent in detail. So first we will talk about the work of river. River originate from high peaks of snow-covered mountain. The running water in the river eroded the landscape. When the river tumbles at steep angle over hard rock, it forms waterfall. Here you can see waterfall. A waterfall is formed when river tumbles at steep angle over a hard rock or steep down the valley slope. Next, most important features, when rivers enters the plain area, it twists and turns, and due to twisting and turning, meanders are formed. What are meanders? Meanders, when river enters the plain, it twists and turns, forming a large bend known as meander. Due to continuous erosion and deposition along the side of meander, the end of the meander loops. Here one side deposition, one side erosion, one side deposition, one side erosion. Due to this, the meander loops come very close, and due to this, in course of time, the meander loop cut off and leads to the formation of oxbow lake. Children, here you can see oxbow lake. The river twist and turn, one side deposition, one side erosion, and due to this, the loop bend, cut off, and lead to the formation of oxbow lake. Floodplain. At time the river overflow its bank, this leads to the flooding of the neighboring area. As it floods, it deposits a layer of fine soil and other material called sediment along the bank. This leads to the formation of flat and fertile plain. Here you can see. And the raised bank along the side of the river is known as levees. These are natural embankment. As river approach the sea, the speed of the water decreases and river begins to break up into number of streams called distributary. The river becomes so slow that it begins to deposit its load. Each distributary form its own mouth, and the collection of sediment formed by all mouth is known as delta. Here you can see, children, oxbow lake and then delta. In the lower course, river form oxbow lake and then delta. See, at the mouth of the river becomes so slow that it begins to deposit its load, and each tributary form its own mouth, and the collection of sediment from all the mouth forms a delta. Children, terms, meaning, definitions are given in this slide only. If you want to write, you can write also. Now questionnaire. First question, what is weathering? Second question, what is erosion? Third question, name the feature formed by erosional activity of the river. Fourth question, what are oxbow lake? Fifth question, what is meander? Again, I am 10 minutes time. I am giving you right answer of this question. Click and then send. Thank you, children. Now come to the next agent, that is sea waves. The erosion and deposition of sea waves give rise to coastal landforms. Sea waves continuously strike at the rock, crack develop, and over the time these cracks become larger and wider, lead to the formation of sea cave. As this cavity become bigger and bigger, only the roof is left, and this lead to the formation of sea arch. And when due to continuous erosion, when the roof is also eroded, the wall remains, and this wall is known as stack. Now we will see this in detail. See here, sea caves. Sea waves continuously strike at the rock, crack develop, and they become larger and wider. Thus, hollow-like caves are formed on the rock. Now sea arch. As this cavity become bigger and bigger, only the roof of the cave remains, and thus forming sea arches. Next, sea stack. When erosion breaks the roof and only walls are left, these wall-like features are called stack, sea stack. Now cliff, the steep rocky coast rising almost vertical above the sea water is known as sea cliff. Children, these are erosional features of sea wave. Now come to the depositional features of sea wave, that is beaches. Beaches are formed due to depositional activity of sea wave. The sea waves deposit sediment along the shore, forming beach. Now come to the next, that is the work of wind. Due to the work of wind, different types of features are formed. One of such is mushroom rock and sand dune. Mushroom rock. Wind eroded the lower section of the rock more than the upper part. Therefore, such rock have a narrow base and wider top, which resemble like a mushroom, hence known as mushroom rock. Sand dunes. When wind blow, it lifts and transports sand from one place to another. When it stop blowing, the sand fall and get deposited in low hills like structure called sand dunes. Lois. When grains of sand are very fine and light, wind carried it over long distance. Such sand is deposited in large area called loess. Large deposit of loess is found in China. Now children, question I. First question, what is glacier? Second, what is moraine? Third, name the feature formed by erosional activity of sea waves. Question number 4, how are beaches formed? Question number 5, what are sand dunes? Children, again 10 minutes time I am giving you. Right answer of this question and send to me. Thank you.